Hi, thank you for coming in on such short notice. We had gotten a notification that a couple people in this work area have gotten a severe bacterial infection. Not sure whether or not it's due to something in the environment or if it's just something that is highly communicable. But I'm very glad that you're able to stop in here. The infection seems like it is primarily targeting the nasal ear canal and the scalp regions. Have you noticed any kind of itchiness or the sensation of something being in your ears, anything like that? Not really? Okay, well, that's usually a good thing. Have you shared any hair products with anybody else in the work area? Have you worn any helmets or hats or shared any combs, anything like that? Okay, all right. Well, there's only been 5 cases right now, but it's a type of bacteria that grows rather rapidly, and we're assuming that it probably is communicable, where one person used a device and then another person used it. It's primarily starting in the scalp, primarily in the back, and areas that are very, very warm, such as your ears, and it's migrating into the eye cavities or the tear ducts, and then into the nasal cavities. Yeah, I mean, it's treatable, so it's not something to be too afraid of, but we want to nip it in the rear real quick if we can. Okay. And if you don't mind, if I do see anything such as dandruff or skin or areas where your skin might be flaking, do you mind if I take a sample of that so that we can send it in for analysis just to rule out whether or not it's... Okay, thank you. Okay. Do you mind opening up your mouth for me? Say ah. Okay. And do you mind sliding your tongue to the left side of your mouth? Then up towards the roof. Same thing on the other side. And up. Good. You can shut your mouth. Have you experienced any sort of discomfort or irritation in the eyes? Any itchiness? Not really? Okay. It seems to be starting in the scalp area. One thing that all of those diagnosed have been consistent with is that this is affecting the scalp. Okay. Well, I'm going to just brush through your hair real quick using a sterilized comb. And I'm just going to check all areas of your scalp here, starting in the back and on the sides. And part every couple of millimeters here. You want to part much surface area as possible. You do have a little bit of dry skin or flakes. I don't know if it is anything contagious. So I'm going to take some tweezers here and very gently try to pull some of that skin off. Is that alright with you? Okay. Just let me know if it hurts. If I'm pulling too much. stretch your scalp a little bit so that we can flake it off. Okay. Got a little by your ear here. Actually, it's peeling off rather aggressively. Have you come into contact with any of the chemicals in the work area? Anything, cleaning products? Anything that would have been like a vapor or fog? Not that you can remember? It looks very, very familiar too with the other patients, the positive patients had. Oh, don't worry too much, even if that's what it is. It's bacterial. It's something that we have treatments for. Okay, I'm just going to hold your head still just a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and just rest your hand, or I'm sorry, rest your head on my hand. Same consistency on each side here, or in each area, both behind the ears and the back of your scalp. I'm going to take my light right here. Your scalp is a bit red, it looks like, from the irritation. Does this feel more irritated than normal? Okay. I'm going to take a sample of it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's hard to grab the skin flakes without pulling on your hair. I'm sorry. Just gonna keep going around here. I do think that what we're looking at is very similar to the other infections we have seen. Just looking at the residue that's coming off in the comb, and also the way that your hair follicles are a little bit irritated and red, especially in the target areas around the ears. I think we're going to start with a preliminary treatment on those areas and then move on to whether or not it has been ingested in another way. Right now for this scalp we only have a topical solution, but it's actually very effective. It will also evaporate very quickly, and then we'll move on to the other two possibilities, okay? 2-part solution. I'm going to mix it now. Do you mind turning your head just a little bit for me here? Thank you. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in my hands. And now this is going to be very, very damp. Might actually puddle and roll down your neck. Just let it roll down, okay? A little bit more vigorously rub this into your scalp, okay? I'm using quite a bit of pressure here just because I want to really push the medication into your skin. Just let me know if it's too much pressure. I'm going to support your weight with my right hand, okay? The solution tends to tingle on your skin. That's absolutely normal. It evaporates quickly now. Let that evaporate just a little bit. Let's get a little bit more. And just let it roll down your neck there. It's not going to hurt anything. It'll evaporate rather quickly. Do you mind turning your head just a little bit in the other direction? Thank you. Rub the solution kind of in the crest of your ear too, so that might tingle a little bit as well. I'm just going to dab this on your forehead a little bit here, just to make sure that the infection doesn't spread down your skin. do tend to, or it does look like you're starting to form a little bit of a rash here. If it's okay, I'm going to try to just scuff off a couple of skin cells and we can see whether or not it's spreading. Okay, I'm just going to hold your head still. Those skin cells came off rather easy. And you say that none of this actually hurts or is irritated? Okay. Let's just keep treating it the same at least. Well, I've actually had all of my preliminary treatments done, just in case I'm exposed to it. But every new patient that I see, I rub this all over my ears and hair, just to make sure that it doesn't get communicated over to me. But like I said, it's treatable, so I'm more concerned with the discomfort than whether or not it can be treated. Okay, I'm going to do more of a rough massage on the scalp and focus on the back of the hairline. Going to evaporate rather quickly, so I'm going to comb this through. Okay. Has a tendency to tangle when we rub it in. I'll try my best to be gentle though. There we go. And this does have a somewhat oily residue, so it's going to make your hair feel a little bit heavy while it's there, but on the bright side, it's going to have a longer treatment time, which is really good. That's what we want. It's quite a bit better. Well, while that treatment is taking effect, I'm going to switch out my gloves and we'll move on to your eyes and ears. Yeah, we just want to make sure that we're not spreading the infection from one to the other. Given that the skin around your ears is irritated, I'm guessing we're going to have to treat your ears anyways, but let's lessen the transfer. I'm going to take a look into your ear. So just go ahead and hold still for me. This does irritate a little bit. Okay. It's not bad. It's kind of what we were expecting. Okay. Not as bad on that side. Okay. I'm going to use a cotton swab and dampen it. And then I'm just going to rub around on the inside, kind of take a swab of the inside of the ear, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it cold? Okay. Hang in there. Same process on the other side. Do you mind turning your head? Thank you. Go ahead and look forward for me here. You also have a little bit of chafing skin. So I'm going to rinse these off here real quick. See if I can't pull off any skin samples, okay? going to take part of that same solution we were using on your scalp. And the best way to start doing this is I'm just going to take my fingertips. I'm going to stick both of my fingers in your ear, okay? Just look forward for me here. It's somewhat awkward, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to push that medication deep into the ear because we want it to really, really sink in. I'm going to very delicately use a cotton swab to coat the inside of your ear. So this is going to go deep into your ear. Hold very still for me, please. Same thing, other ear. I need you to hold still for me. Okay. I'm just gonna rest your hand. Rest your head. I'm sorry. Very good job. Put this behind your ears, and this is going to go almost into your scalp again. I think we got you nice and covered. Switch out my gloves again. I cover 3 pairs of gloves with every patient. It's not a bad thing though. Caution is always good. spread this any more than it's already gotten a hold of people. Do you mind looking forward for me here? Okay, look forward. This is going to be bright. I'm going to use the red spectrum here, and I want to take a look at your tear duct. You can go ahead and look away if it's easier, okay? I'm looking at the reaction of the skin on the inside of your tear duct, or on the inside of like your waterline. Have you noticed that there's a little bit of discoloration here? You have? Okay. Has it been itchy? For how long? I'm going to pull your eyelid up. Look down for me. Keep looking down. Okay, now I need you to look up. Use a slightly different solution. This is more of just a saline flush, but we can't exactly put a chemical or a harsh chemical in your eyes like we can with your skin. So I'm going to just dab the lighter solution on my fingertip. I'm going to pull your eyelids down and up and just tap this on the waterline, the rim of your top eyelid, and also on the bottom, okay? Not be too terribly comfortable, but just bear with me, okay? Start with your left eye. I'm going to do the bottom. Okay, now the top. Get a little bit more fluid. This is a really hard one, I know, because you don't know where to look. Look off to your side, to your left. And then when I go to the other side of your eye, look to the right. Yeah, it gets blurry, I know. I'll fix that though. I'm going to start on the underside. Take a deep breath. Get ready for it. Okay. Hang in there, you're doing great. Okay. On the top of the eyelid here. Look down and away. Unfortunately, that's as much as we can usually treat the eyes topically, but I'm going to give you a prescription for some amoxicillin. It's just a standard antibiotic. Robichon, say 500 milligrams. Take it 3 times daily for 4 days, and then dump it down to 2 times daily for another 4 days, and then 3 days after, just 1 pill a day. Okay. Yeah, you can't go off of antibiotics. Antibiotics, you gotta do the full round. They sometimes won't make you feel very well. I'm just gonna try to clean up some of the extra residue that's coming out of your eye here. But antibiotics, you can't just stop. So if you forget to take a dose, take it as soon as you remember. And you want to let it run its full course, even if you don't feel very well. We haven't seen any other cases with a nasal infection, but your eyes are connected to your sinus passages. So I just want to take a really quick look at the mucous membrane in your nose. Do you mind looking up for me? Yeah. We're almost done with the poking and prodding, I promise. Okay. There's nothing abnormal there. Okay. We're going to send you home for the afternoon. And the first round of antibiotics is going to be kind of a kicker. It's usually going to have a major effect on you, so if you don't feel good tomorrow, we're also going to give you the day off tomorrow and let us know the day after whether or not you're able to come back into work okay. Alright. It's not a serious infection. I know that a lot of people are very worried about this outbreak. We're worried about where it's coming from, but it is treatable. Okay. We'll send you home with some of the solution. This is something that you can usually apply with your hands. If you want to apply it in the shower when your hair is wet, it actually will sink in better because your skin will be softer from the warm water. So that might be a good option. But you can add it at any time. I would only suspect once a day, but if you feel that the itchiness is not stopping, then go ahead and apply it twice a day or whenever you feel the need to. Okay. No, you can maintain your normal showering routine and everything. Okay. I'll make some notes and I'll pass them off to your boss and let them know that you might be in recovery for the next couple of days. Okay. Take it easy. We'll check back with you in a couple of days and we'll do another inspection. Alright. Take care of yourself.